It started off as an upbeat demonstration. On Thursday evening at about 6 p.m, thousands of protesters gathered for another round of demonstrations against the wave of arrests and detentions of immigrants that has spurred civil unrest across most big US cities. The protesters seemed to be in relatively good humour. However, with a curfew announced in Los Angeles' downtown area for a third consecutive night, it wasn't long before tensions started up.
Well, it's Thursday night here and things are starting to get heated down here near a detention facility where they are holding some of the families that have been split up. You can see here, right behind me, there's a lot of police, armed vehicles in the background, and there's quite a big crowd here. Tensions are starting to rise. And there's the Department of Homeland Security.
Despite a federal judge on Thursday ordering the Trump administration to return control of whether the National Guard is deployed in Los Angeles to the state of California, that decree doesn't apply until midday on Friday, allowing the semi-militarized force to continue an armed presence alongside police and Department of Homeland Security in Los Angeles.
And it does look like that the police and the military are getting ready to move here on this crowd in some way. The leaders of the protesters here have suggested to the people present that they should probably leave.
If you're pressed, please keep people safe and keep your bodies moving this way. Okay? Please move this way.
So that's the advice that we're getting, is just to move away, to take some of the tension out of the situation. Because as you can see here, these guys don't look like they're going to stay standing for very long. Whoa! Okay.
The police had fired a flash grenade into the crowd, and while no one was directly hit, some around me fell and injured themselves. Overall, the number of people arrested during the civil disturbances of recent days is now approaching 500.
It's important to point out that there is a curfew here for the third night running. In fact, the Mayor of Los Angeles has said that it's indefinite, that the curfew will last from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night until formally lifted by her office. And it's in that context now that the police and the military here are telling people that they need to clear the streets and go home.
We will not be intimidated. We will not be silent. We will give you everything to unconditional peaceful protest.
Earlier that day, I asked some of the protesters what they thought the issues were and what they thought of the Trump administration's reaction.
This is the first time that the military has been used against citizens, right? And that is something that's a very scary direction for a country to go into.
What do you think of the curfew that's going on at the moment?
A lot of these restrictions, fortunately it makes sense because we have a lot of rioters that are getting in the way of the cause, and we're trying to keep it peaceful and constructive, and even we're hoping to get some politicians to come on and talk to us, but the rioters and everything, unlike most of the movements, we're more fractured, and we're more how to say, decentralized. Yes.
I've been down here since the very beginning, and there's been some unrest, there's been some violence, and I think that's a natural part of the what's going on here. So I think what's going on here is really it's a normal human response to people being ripped from their families, ripped from their lives. It's not fair. It's not part of what America is about. It's really just it's a bad situation made worse by the people in uniform behind us.
Did you serve in the military?
I did 10 years in the Army Airborne. 3 tours in Afghanistan, 07, 08, 9 and 10, and then 2012.
So how do you feel then when you hear about maybe the Marines, being deployed on the streets of Los Angeles?
I mean, it's cool, whatever. Most of them are Latino descent. So I don't think they're coming here for harm. I think they're coming here because there's orders. Yeah, so if we get tear gas, shot with bullets and shit like that, it is what it is. We're here for peace and we're here for love. We're not here for all the hate. So if they want to send it, that's kind of why I got my uniform. Honestly, I've been shot, I've been blown up, and in war. So these are all innocent people here. These are families, like I said in the beginning. So I'll gladly fucking get shot with a rubber bullet or a beanbag or take the tear gas. I'll send it. All I got to do is go like this, and I'll have another one, please. So we're open, and we just hug our neighbors. It's the same thing with a family member, a friend, or someone we don't know from a different country. Reach out, give someone a hug, just tell them you love them.
So it's about 7:45 now, 15 minutes before the third night's curfew begins, and there's probably about 400 or 500 cops that are now shutting the streets off. Most of the crowd has dissipated at this point.